Hey everyone, how's it going? Today I want to touch over a few more aspects in 2022 for crypto miners and security, your wallets, don't get duped, all that good stuff. Give me 1 second. So, in light of this recent 100% LHR scam, everyone's going to be in security mode. I wanted to expand on that a little bit more and show you what I do to also add an extra layer of security to your wallets, especially your wallets. Always your wallets. Now, what I'm also going to show you today is done in Linux. You can run the VM because I'm basically going to show you a virtual machine, a VM in Windows. And I do realize that the majority of hobbyist miners are more comfortable or used to using Windows than using Linux. I will try to switch you over to Linux for the VM at least, but I will not try to switch you over for daily use. That's just asking too much. So you can do a VM in Windows. I don't personally know how. I haven't used Windows as a daily driver for at least 10 years. I only use it for gaming or BIOS flashing. Anything that has to be done in Windows. That's the only time I use it. Otherwise, Linux is my daily driver. So with that being said, I have a home server. I've done another video in the past about how crypto miners could utilize a small, low-powered server. And in there, I have a Linux Mint VM. Linux Mint is a derivative of Ubuntu. Now, that name should be more popular even for people who don't really play with Linux. It's one of the most popular Linux distributions. Linux Mint expands on the simplicity of Ubuntu even more so and gives you an interface that's very reminiscent of like Windows 7 or Windows 8. So it's very easy for people to get used to. So if we switch over to that, you can see you basically have a start button and it works just like a start button and you have all your stuff set up. So it's like an older version of Windows. It's very easy to get used to. Now, the first thing's going through your head, why is this idiot trying to make me switch over to Linux, at least for a VM? Well, the main reason is, look at the attack for the LHR Unlock. It was full of viruses, full of Trojans, full of backdoors. All of that. Number one, you don't have to run a virus scanner or have something running in the background in Linux because viruses don't really work in Linux. Everything in Linux is permission-based. It would basically come down to the fact of a pop-up coming up and saying, hey, can I run this virus on your computer? And you hitting yes. Like, that's why they don't really code viruses for Linux. Everyone's going to hit no, please do not run this virus. So I can safely open Windows files that have been compromised with viruses in Linux and nothing will happen. So with that being said, most coins you can get the wallet for Linux as well, especially all the Electrum style wallets. I also use Zelcore. Zelcore has a Linux wallet version as well. Give it a second for it to load up. It's just like the Windows version, exactly the same. And you can see it's exactly the same as the Windows counterpart. It's very easy to get used to. So if we close this out, let's go to another wallet. And see, everything's encrypting. That's the next thing you need to do. You got to make sure all your wallets are encrypted. Now, I also have running down here my Cosanta wallet. Exact same style that you would have in Windows. So, number one, running this in Linux, no viruses. You don't have to worry about someone doing that. Second part of your security, make sure all of your wallets are encrypted. Now, you couldn't see it in the corner because where my screen is right now, but I still haven't gotten around to doing 2FA authentication on Zelcore. You should do that. I will sooner rather than later, just haven't gotten around to it yet. The worst excuse ever, but that's what I'm giving. And what's great, if you don't want to do a VM, you can actually do a separate computer. It doesn't have to be that powerful. You're only doing wallets, a little bit of web browsing in it if you want to, and that's really it. So you can have a separate computer with Linux set up on your network that you can always remote into or just have it sitting next to you and have a KVM switch to switch monitors. You can do that. There's a couple different options. But the biggest thing is, don't have your wallets and everything else, even if you do have them encrypted, you want that extra layer of protection and get it out of the Windows environment if you can, and get it into Linux. Now, another thing that's great, since I'm running my server on Unraid, I also have the option once a week, it automatically shuts down my VM, backs it up, takes it to a separate hard drive, and then restarts my VM for me. What this does is if the VM ever gets corrupted for one reason or another, I can easily just open up the compressed file of that VM and pull out all my information from my wallets. Nothing is lost again. So if you're still with me, I'm almost done this video. Give me a few more seconds. Here is the homepage for Linux Mint. Everything is free, basically. You can click the download, get 20.3. I run the Cinnamon edition. You can gives you a little extra windows. You can see it looks the exact same way. If you have a really old computer, and you're just using like onboard graphics or something like that, you can also go Mate, which is a little lighter on resources, or really light. They all work the same. The interface, you can see it looks a little more basic, but you still have your start menu. You still have your programs. You even, if I switch back over here, hold on. Right here is a software installer, basically the equivalency of your Windows Play Store or whatever the heck it's called. I don't even remember. Now, of course, this video was not meant to be a tutorial. It's more of a talking head, let me put thoughts in your head type of deal. There are plenty of videos out there to teach you how to use Linux Mint from a person coming from Windows, how to easily switch over, how to use the different types of files that are in it. So if you actually made it to the end of the video, thank you for watching it all. I appreciate it. Come say hi at the Mining Misfit Discord. The link will be down in the video description. I have my own room in there, and say hi to everyone else. Trust me, it's a very friendly community. And I will catch you on the next video.